Hi.
Best Man Holiday.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, this is a movie we saw in the theater.
Yes. And you
Joke's
know,
on you, motherfucker. You bought tickets.
the funny thing was, I wouldn't trade this experience for the world. I really wouldn't. Because I don't know what the fuck we just saw.
Well, that's because we didn't see the first one.
Which, by the way, when the fuck did that movie come out?
99. You don't remember that one?
No, there's no introduction, and you're supposed to. This movie was.
I'm really
oh
glad. I'm really glad that
flashbacks. I'm like, oh, okay. So this was the first one was when Taye Diggs was like 15.
I'm really glad that going into it, I knew that it was a sequel. Otherwise, the opening credit sequence would have really confused me.
Like, wow, they did a good job, like filming this ahead.
Well, it's just like they show like 2 flashback scenes, and then it's like these are what the characters are doing now, and it's just like wait, there's like I can't keep the fuck up, and
yeah, it intros like 8 characters simultaneously
in like TV show style too.
Yeah.
The opening credit sequence. This whole movie was like watching the series finale of a show I never watched. Like quite honestly, it really is. Like it even has like every 20 minutes there's even like a black fade cut as if a commercial break was cut out.
This movie was this movie had to be written by someone with multiple personality disorder that just could not decide what the fuck they wanted to
look
do.
at Malcolm D. Lee's filmography. The last movie we saw his was Scary Movie 5.
And shit, like this thing, like it felt like you said, like the whole TV series thing.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Like tonally, this felt like one of those things that you'd see on like this felt like a fucking like made for TV like Hallmark Channel Christmas movie.
With a lot of cursing and I didn't know that this was an R going into it. Like
they went for the gold.
Yeah, like holy crap! For like it's a Christmas movie with like, man, there's as many F-bombs as like Die Hard, man. In terms of Christmas movies, dick jokes, nudity, stuff like. Wow, okay, well, this kind of Christmas movie. All right.
When they decided to go for it, like it was fucking like a Tarantino film, man. They just fucking went for it. It was like that nice slow montage of everyone just fucking.
Yeah. Just Taye Diggs grabbing some boob, like straight up grabbing boob.
He's went for it.
Terrence Howard taking like dick shots. This movie it's basically the big chill at Christmas, and they all hate each other. Like, I have no idea why these people are hanging out together.
Yeah, they loathe each other. Like they may have been friends, but like they're friends that like they were friends in like high school, and now they're all in their 30s, and they've never talked to each other since then. Like that's the fucking vibe I got off.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like 1 or 2 of them are in like casual contact with each other, but some of the motherfuckers ain't seen nothing of themselves in years.
And it's awkward. I mean, it's not like awkward to where it's like unwatchable. Like on the scale of awkwardness, it's like 5 out of 10 on the Dan in real life scale. I mean, like it's not like unwatchable, but I'm sitting there like, why are they having this get together? Why are they doing this? Like, these people obviously can't fucking stand each other. And thank God Terrence Howard's there because he stole the entire film. Yeah. He's great in this fucking movie, like dropping really Django references. He's high as shit as Santa Claus. Like in some parts, like it makes no sense for him to just show up like really high all of a sudden, but I'm so fucking glad he did.
Yeah, I mean, if he didn't, like, this movie is just, it's so dire at times. Like,
the melodrama is, like, chewable.
Every single person, despite the fact that they're all wildly successful, are all at, like, the fucking end of their, like...
collective.
Well, hell, you have Terrence Howard literally show up one point and go, damn, this is some melodramatic shit.
There is not one person in the cast of this movie that doesn't weep profusely at one point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even that one guy who Brian noticed, this random guy out of fucking nowhere.
There's a lot of random guys in this movie.
Like
there
one
really
scene
is.
They're standing around, the kids are singing Christmas music, which every now and then I was forgetting it was a Christmas movie until like they'd mention like, oh yeah, this okay, all right,
Christmas. Yeah.
Until we got a title card that said Christmas.
Yeah, 90 minutes into the movie.
90 minutes in the movie, there's a title card, and then there's a title card every 10 minutes after that. It was fucking insane.
It goes fucking insane. Like, all right, we'll get to the ending in a little bit, but like this whole movie's going along, and it's just it really is a lot of melodramatic stuff, and Terrence Howard is always there. Like, and
he's honestly
his
the only one who's not having a terrible time at life.
Yeah, he's having a blast. You know, he's loving this fucking shit, and like
his worst thing is like I think in one scene he's like, man, like I'm lonely. And then he just gets high and forgets about it.
Yeah, he takes like a dick photo and like...
And then he goes walking around wearing like Uggs, a leather coat, and a candelabra.
Yeah.
And that's fucking it.
And it worked. He fucking sold it. He really did. I lean over to Dave. I'm like, I'm so fucking glad he is in this movie. He is amazing. He's having a blast in this. And then so... There's all this stuff going on, like dick jokes, sex jokes... then Jesus, and
yeah, it felt weird to have that much Jesus. Just a segue for a second, it felt weird to have that much Jesus when there was entire conversations about big black dicks,
and it comes directly after that. Like
you just want to put them in your mouth and stick them in your ass and talk to them.
Like now let's pray.
That's a direct quote.
That's a direct quote, and that was that. And it's not even make me laugh.
It was one of the chicks.
This movie is so schizophrenic that a scene afterwards will be about like faith in Jesus and stuff like that. And
then it cuts and just shows people just like sitting there just like,
yeah,
amen.
And then more dick jokes.
It's all up to him.
It's all up to him, man.
He makes the plays.
By the way, who gave the bet ahead, boys? And then cancer.
Yeah, no, okay. It is just then cancer.
Yeah.
Like, they briefly mentioned something's wrong, but literally half this movie is these people getting together, reconnecting, and you're like, okay, this is what this movie's gonna be. And then, cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even like, I'm feeling ill. Like, no, like, Taye Diggs walks in a room and, the chick that has cancer is just like...
Yeah.
Like, she's like, he hears like, blood. What's that coughing sound? And it pans over and she's on the floor, just fucking blood everywhere.
Brian's sitting there like, holy shit, did he punch her?
Morris Chestnut beat the shit out of her.
It's Temptation again.
Have you seen that guy? Oh my God.
From what you guys described as quickly as AIDS came into Temptation, that's cancer in this movie. And in this movie...
Well, at least this one had like... The fucking like randomly like maybe 5 minutes before this happens, like the little
she
girl
looking thin.
Well, yeah, like I put it together after that. Like, it was like that's an odd thing to ask, but no, like it was just an odd question. Like Taye Diggs was talking to one of the kids, and she's like, "It's like, yeah, mommy's doing better." Like,
what?
From what? Bye. And then the kid just runs off like. Okay.
I didn't even think anything about that
because
figured
she was having like issues with depression or something.
Yeah,
yeah. Like I didn't really think anything about that because
terminal cancer.
Most of the people in the movie were just kind of dicks, and they would say really dickish things, like girls going down on Harold Perrineau, and he says the thing about like it's candy what your customers called you. Like what the fuck, just dick out of fucking nowhere.
Like, but 1,000 ways he could have broke that ice there, bring that topic up. He goes with, hey, while you're down there, should I tip? I don't know.
Yeah, and then like Morris Chestnut is like raging at Taye Diggs for wanting to write that book about him, and he finds his notes and everything, which was completely fucking foreshadowed like crazy. Like, all right, when's he gonna find that? And he's blowing up at him, and I'm sitting there like, Jesus, dude, calm down. It's not that big of a fucking deal. Remember in high school when I made the David Gobbles story without telling you? Spoiler.
That's a story for another time.
Spoiler, Dave died at the end in a hotel room.
Yeah,
you're looking good.
For a corpse, I'm solid, man. Yeah. I've been dead for what, 15 years or so? Yeah.
The movie came out around the time as the first Best Man movie.
Jesus Christ! No,
there's that, but then
after the cancer, the movie goes fucking insane. It goes insane.
Yeah.
One of the main characters is what's the actor's name?
Which one?
Football player, dude.
Oh, Morris Chestnut?
Morris Chestnut. He's a football player in the movie. All right, that's his profession. And then suddenly, out of fucking nowhere, we watch an entire football game.
The whole last half hour is made up of out of fucking nowhere. And, like, she made the the cancer things, because her announcing she has cancer and everything is sandwiched between 2 like dick jokes. Like, so that was just schizophrenic as shit. But then her announcing that she has cancer is the worst thing she could have done, because as soon as she does that, she takes a turn for the fucking worse. And this movie only takes place over like 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, she seemed fucking fine. I mean, she skipped like a couple stages like overnight.
In the football game, when they're watching it on TV, when the girls are watching it on TV.
I'm just waiting for her to die.
I was too. And it's like a day earlier, she was fine. Like, and so like the girls are sitting there like clapping, and you see her in the background.
Nodding off.
Like that, like I'm sitting like, did she just die? And she like, wow, like turn for the fucking worst. Jesus Christ!
But this fucking movie, it rapid fires goddamn everything at the end. It's like, oh man, she's dying of cancer, but Morris Chestnut has to play one more game
to get the rushing record and get into the finals.
Yeah,
they're gonna make the finals. He's gonna become like a record setter. You know, I mean, and it's like, it's seriously like the most trite fucking game. Like, oh, he's not doing so good at first, but then he pulls through in
1 point.
And like the last little bit of the game, like he just has to rush for like 2 yards and get a touchdown,
and that gets him the record too.
And that'll get him the record and into the finals.
And he's having such a bad game, and he turns around because his wife calls him and tells him what she wants for Christmas.
And that's just the first ending.
He just fucking turns around, and it's just something else.
Give me the ball.
Put me in, coach.
Give me the ball, coach.
No, El, you sit your ass down. Give me the ball.
All right. Shit, dude.
All right.
It's like, all right. I really wanted to chant Rudy. I really did. But, okay.
That's just the first of like 10 endings.
No. We have to go more into the football ending, because I'm sorry, I'm not done with it. I'm not fucking done with it.
The floor is yours.
It's like 2 and fucking goal, and 3 defensive linemen hit him dead on, and the fucker just won't go down. Mm-hmm. He pushes 3 linemen into the end zone.
Jesus, bro. Jesus.
Like, I was just like, in my head, all I could fucking hear was like Quinn from Jaws. Like, he can't make a touchdown with 3, not with 3 on him. Got the heart of a champion, though.
I was expecting him to start doing like front flips over people who were charging at him.
That's what I was expecting.
Yeah. Like it's that football game from fucking Romeo Must, or which one's the Jet Li one? Romeo is bleeding or Romeo Must Die?
Romeo Must Die,
okay. Like it's the football game from that all of a sudden in the last act of the fight. It wouldn't have been that out of fucking place considering what the hell else happens in the last half hour of this movie.
And that is, of course, on Christmas Day.
Yeah, that's Christmas Day.
And then as soon as he touched down, yay, victory. And they get a police escort back to his place.
Brad asked if they were getting pulled over.
Well, it's out of nowhere because the first shot is the cops, cop car. I lean over to Dave. I'm like, oh, are they getting fucking pulled over? What the fuck is this?
And I immediately went racist with it.
I wasn't even being racist. I was just like,
I was
pulled over.
It was because he was a black man driving a Lexus.
4 black men in a Lexus.
Oh.
Anyway.
Sorry, I got my Irving moment out. We can continue.
I'll walk away from that one.
Good news is they didn't get pulled over.
No.
Bad news is he gets home just in time to be like, I love you, wife. She's like, I love you too, Dad.
3 days later, funeral. Again, holy crap, this hit her hard. Like, she should not have taken the wig off was the worst thing she could have done. 3 days later, fucking dead. And then funeral.
Oh, no, she died right, like, when they were in bed.
3 days later,
this
funeral.
Is the funeral, yeah.
It's 3 days later, and it's the funeral, and, why am I fucking still watching this? Christmas is over. Like, it's the funeral scene, like, everyone's sad, everyone's crying. Cut immediately to Terrence Howard, a girl banging.
Well, even at the funeral, I'm laughing my ass off because they have these 2 people singing this ridiculous song that mentions dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that chick was like singing something like when the rainbow breaks through the sky and shit like this.
Well, and
then it pans over to Terrence Howard playing guitar in a sequin tailcoat.
Mm-hmm.
What the
I want
fuck
that at my
was that?
funeral. Terrence Howard in his sequel. Well, you can do it, Brian. One of Terrence Howard's coats from the movie.
I like looking like I'm on Stakeout in 1977.
But it's okay because the girl who died then gets reincarnated into Tay Diggs' kid.
Yeah.
So they're driving, like, well, no, they're not even driving. Well, they're at the like the visitation after the funeral.
Yeah.
And she just starts going into labor. And you know this because she's like, oh, my stomach's feeling a little weird. Stands up, gallon of fucking fluid.
They went for the money shot on that,
yeah.
too. Which,
sploosh.
like, ballsy, but I would expect that more in, like, a Judd Apatow movie and not so much...
Well, that's basically how... That really goes along with how really inconsistent this movie is in tone. Because funeral scene followed by pregnancy shenanigans with a full shot of water breaking. And then... Terrence Howard and sex humor with the Real Housewives chick.
Okay, she's gonna give birth. All right, cool. They'll all go to the hospital. Baby will be born.
It's not that.
It'll be the end of fucking Lethal Weapon 3. Everything will be fine.
That was Lethal Weapon 4, my friend.
Oh, 4. I'm sorry. You're right. 4. Lethal Weapon 4. Everything will be fine. We're family. Ha ha. No. Of course she has to give birth in the fucking car.
There's traffic on
while
the
it's moving.
tunnel, so they can't get back into the city.
While the car is moving, Morris Chestnut's in the back, and this is after jokes about hairy pussy, literally like hairy pussy puns. And he gets in the car, delivers their child in the back of the car.
I was there for all of my kids' births. I've talked to the nurses. Plus, I know my way around a vagina.
I saw Look Who's Talking too. I know how to do this.
Why would you say... You just buried your wife this morning. Why would you say that? What is wrong with you? He has very weird reactions to events.
That led up to my favorite cut in the entire movie. They finally pull up to the emergency room. The girl who's driving runs all the way around to open the door, and they open it up, and Morris Chestnut just goes, "It's a girl." It's just like
this movie was fucking insane.
You late. I did this shit.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's a breech birth. By the way, it's the most impossible situation they could find.
Everybody's fine. No problems.
Yeah, he's like, whatever, let me just pull the baby out. Whoop.
There's not even any blood on the leather seats of the fucking car. They're just holding a baby.
That's why you fucking Scotch guard that shit.
This movie is...
And you think it ends there.
No! 10 months later, title card. This movie it's over 2 hours.
10 months later.
I was expecting this, when you asked me to watch this one, I was expecting this to be like an 80-minute, just fucking
2 hours, 10 minutes.
Jesus.
And Brad and I have been checking Rotten Tomatoes for like 2 days, and it's at a 70%. I have no idea why this was at a 70% other than everyone else is as confused as I am.
I mean, it's... Well, I mean, for that, we should get into the 10 minute, the 10 minutes later. 10 months later, he's got Tay Diggs has written the book about Morris Chestnut, and then, was that setting it up for another sequel
I think
the end
so.
of it? Yeah, Terrence Howard's now engaged.
Yeah, they get a phone call from Terrence Howard.
Wearing another sweet fucking suit. Yeah.
Like, Jimi Hendrix and Prince's dude just was making his clothes, I think. But yeah, he was like, I'm getting married. The end. And it's like...
It's time, boys.
Yeah.
By the way, the girl isn't someone you fucked, right?
It's funny because Tay Diggs had sex with Morris Chestnut's wife, and she dead.
Merry Christmas!
The end.
So in 14 more years, we get to go see another one.
We get to go see The Best Man Easter.
We'll go see this when we're in our 40s.
Easter. I hope it's fucking Arbor Day. Best Man Arbor Day. That's the movie I want to fucking see now. Just those dudes hanging out in some trees.
Yeah. I mean, what did you guys think? I mean, it's obvious that it
was one of the most pandering fucking movies I've ever seen.
No, it was. I have to agree with Brian. It was just so fucking forced in your face.
Like when it's concentrating on pregnancy stuff, it's, of course they mention, like, it's not just that, Tay Diggs' wife is pregnant. No, they've had multiple miscarriages.
Yeah.
And, there's all this thing, and and when it's talking about, like, the God stuff, they just fucking get into it. I mean, Morris Chestnut had everything going on except for actual, like, a fucking chapel in his house. Like, I'm sorry, like, there's being religious, and then there's just being overboard.
Yeah.
And it's just like, when it went for something, it just went so fucking to the extreme. Like we were saying with the cancer stuff.
It went for the jugular every time.
Like, she is 100% fucking fine. Like, there's no indication that she's, like, feeling weak or feeling nauseous, or it's not like she's sitting around like they're having, like, a big 4-course meal, and she's just fucking gobbling food down. There's none of that, like...
She's
like,
drinking like a beast, like the rest of them.
No, like, I don't have an appetite. Yeah, fucking, there's hardly a scene in this movie where someone's not drinking.
Mm-hmm. Or smoking weed.
Even she smokes weed. It's great.
With Terrence Howard. That part was great. And then fucking...
They made a puff pass joke.
You guys are right about the completely melodramatic television-style pandering. Because hell, when the two girls are fucking fighting... And then they get broken up, and then the little daughter comes walking in and says, "This doesn't feel very Christmassy."
Mom, my heart, it hurts. That's where this was.
Yeah.
Although, I do have to say, I loved it when those bitches was fighting.
Yeah, that was great.
Holy shit, that got aggressive fast. I mean, it wasn't even like bitches were throwing punches. Like, like, Jesus Christ, I just watched The Raid the other night again. This was like, I thought I was watching that shit again. They got fucking mean. Just, like, calling each other bitches and, like, just fucking kind of dialogue, and there's like 10 kids in the room. None of those fucking kids was over like 8.
And a couple of guys got decked a little bit in that scene too. Like, and this fight scene is shot so quickly and sporadic that, like, it cuts to like the next scene, and either Tay Diggs or Harold Perrineau had like a bandage across.
Harold Perrineau, he's icing his
fucking face down. He's got a split lip and everything.
And he and Terrence Howard fighting in the back seat, spouting off monkey claw and shit.
That was kind of funny.
Like,
it was out of nowhere, but it was funny.
Most of this movie's out of fucking nowhere. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, it's so over the top and melodramatic, but I mean.
There's an entire scene at, like, a church soup luncheon on, like, Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't mention that they're even in a soup. It's just, like, after a minute or two, you're like, why are there homeless people? Oh, they're not in their house.
Oh, shit, someone broke in their house.
Yeah. This movie was fucking bizarre.
It was an interesting sit. I mean, it's more or less kind of what I thought it would gonna be. Well,
I thought this movie was gonna be a lot more sane than this.
It's more over the top than I thought it was gonna be, but
I thought this was gonna be like Brent's, a straightforward hour and a half sit, fucking in and out.
I assumed it was just gonna be like another just sort of just stupid, like, I mean, let's be fair, it is tailored for a black audience, but like, I just figured it was just gonna be another, like, just sort of generic comedy like that.
And I never saw the first one, so
I mean, I expected this to be like not exactly to the extent of it, but like sort of like a throwaway movie, like We're the Millers or something like that, which is like, oh, they're making like this kind of jokes. That's it, 90 minutes in and out. And no, like I said, like the fucking heavy-handed God stuff and the everybody in dire straits and like everybody's marriage is like crumbling and like everybody broke. It was just like, this got really heavy after like the first like half hour, 45 minutes. It's just like, wow, this shit is depressing.
The audience really like they were literally foot stomping it in a couple of the jokes. Some people sitting behind me were, I can't remember it was a real minor joke too. It wasn't anything that like the whole audience started laughing, but someone sitting behind us loved it so much they were stomping their feet.
I have to admit, as like, I can't say this was a good movie because I really don't think it was a good movie. But as far as everything I've seen this year in the theaters or at home, I laughed more at this than at anything else this year. And only half of it was out of just like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Like, the parts of this movie that were meant to be funny were honestly really fucking funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were really fucking funny.
When it actually concentrated on being humorous, it was funny.
Yeah. And it was laugh out loud funny. It wasn't like smirk funny. It was like...
It's the really heavy-handed shit that kind of falls flat, but I mean, I don't know if I'd go, and it's because of that, like, I don't know if I'd go so far as to say that it's necessarily a good film, but because of what works in it, I don't know if I could also say it's a bad film. I mean, it's a well-acted movie. Everyone in the movie does a really solid job. Even in as really forced as the dramatic parts are, the actors do a fine job with it. It's not a poorly directed film. I mean,
it's adequately directed.
Yeah.
It's
it certainly feels
written though.
Yeah.
It was terribly edited.
Yeah.
Like, just out of nowhere, more than halfway through the movie, we start getting title cards. Like, that's insane.
That shit always throws me when it gets to, like, that point.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, the fucking, what
just have a character say it's fucking Christmas.
Yeah.
Open it up with, like, hey, guys, it's Christmas.
Or honestly...
Okay, cool, I get that.
Honestly...
Why throw a title card 90%, like... 60% through a movie, you throw up a fucking title card out of nowhere.
Well, it would have been less distracting if it was like maybe like an exterior shot of the house, and then at the bottom of the screen it says Christmas.
No, but it's black.
Cut to black. This cut to black, and it says Christmas Day across it. Yeah, that's what really kind of takes you out of it a little bit.
Well, and then the one before
that
it was Christmas Eve, and it's like, motherfucker, you show me that the sun's up, it's Christmas Day. We get it. We're not stupid.
Yeah.
Well, but then it was peculiar too, because then it was very specific that the funeral was on December 28th. I don't know why it was so specific. And then, like, they could have just showed people walking out. When it started, like, panning over the house, I saw, like, fucking limos. I'm like, okay, she died. This is the funeral.
Yeah.
They're going to the funeral. She did.
Yeah. Like, I didn't think it was, like, going to be, like, it didn't necessarily have to have the December 28th. Like, it's not like I would have sat there and be like, oh, later. This is like 2 hours later.
Oh, and we didn't need the 10 months later one either, because it's just like, oh, he's holding a baby that's obviously older than a fucking newborn.
And him getting the book, I would have figured, like, okay, this is at least probably a year later.
And that is some editor going, well, the target, at this point, they're either really confused or they have to be idiots, so fuck it, title cards.
I mean, I mean, if you really liked the first one, I guess you might like this.
Remember the first one?
I don't.
I remember the first one, but I never saw it.
It's like, I honestly don't remember it being a movie. Like I remember, like I knew that this was like the sequel to something, but I mean, I was racking my fucking brain for days now. Like, it's like, did that come out like a couple years ago? Like, fuck, I can't remember.
It was 14 fucking years ago.
Yeah, I didn't think it was when we were in goddamn high school.
Yeah, I remember it. I remember when it came out. I mean, I never fucking saw it, and I completely forgot about the movie when I don't know, we got the trailer for it at some point, and I was sat there like, that fucking movie from like the 90s? What? Somebody's asking for this? I guess somebody is. I remember that movie coming out, but fuck all if I remember it even being a hit. It must have fucking been if they're doing another one. I guess if you liked that, maybe you would like this. I don't know. I mean, it's if you go see it, I mean, there's worse things you could see. There are funny moments in the movie. I mean, I think if you go see it on like a matinee or like a cheap show,
I think it's worth the money just for the chaos. It's so chaotic and insane that it's worth watching. I can't say it's a good movie. I honestly don't think it was a good movie.
Well,
it was a bad movie, in my opinion. I don't think it was, everything about it was bad, but I think as a whole, the fact that nothing really works together makes it a bad movie.
For me, like, kind of similar way, like, it's not bad. I'm not upset that we watched it or anything.
I'm thrilled we watched it.
But I can't even really say that I'd recommend it as a matinee, just because it's...
I'm not saying go see it.
Well, yeah, but I just mean, like, as far as, like, even just, like, as a rental, I mean, it's just, it's such, like,
When it's on TV, light up a joint and watch it then.
Sure.
That'll be great.
Sure,
I promise you.
But I'm not saying necessarily
so fucking like the subject content of it gets so fucking heavy. It's just like,
but then dick joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, then dick joke, and then it's like Morris Chestnut falling to the ground sobbing that
not
his
even
wife
dick
is
joke,
dead.
big black
Then
dick
another
joke that
dick
you can
joke.
put in your mouth
And
and your
then
ass and talk to
Jesus.
like it's a fucking microphone.
Yeah, like
It's so fucking heavy when it gets that way that it's just.
But it's so heavy to the point where the heavy's almost kind of funny and surreal.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
like
it
it's blindsides you with
too
it.
far.
Exactly, and that's the thing where it's just
Like
like
it goes into like almost like parody at that.
it goes to the point where you kind of expect it to be like a weird Kid in the Hall sketch or a Monty Python sketch or something where it's like,
Well, if that's
guys,
the case,
this isn't really funny, but okay.
it's a better parody than Scary Movie 5.
Oh yeah. Well, dude, I could have made Scary Movie 5 on my fucking iPhone.
Was that some kind of deal that like Malcolm D. Lee made or something like that?
Probably.
Like, I really want to do a sequel to my movie, Best Man. Like, all right, but you got to direct this first, Scary Movie 5, then you can direct your movie.
Probably.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, random question to ask, but was this written or anything by people that had anything to do with the first one?
Yeah, he also did the first one.
Oh, wow.
Wrote and directed.
Because
Yeah.
honestly, like, okay, well, either because like honestly, watching this is like, this seems like something like you'd see like on like a fan fiction like board somewhere. It's like, oh man, I really liked Fight Club, but I'm gonna write my own like fucking fan fiction about, you know, like it's set 15 years from now, and you know, they have a kid and their kid is starting a fight club. You know? It's like that's the sort of shit this felt like to me. Like it felt like he just decided like he was sitting around like, ah man, like for fucking years, like I wonder what Taye Diggs' character would be doing now. I mean, obviously he probably published that book and a couple others, but man, he's probably hitting the rocks about now. He probably hasn't had a good book in years. Like it was so fucking weird, you know? Like it was.
I'm still thinking of Fight Club 15 years like Operation Baby Chaos. I want to read that fucking fan fiction. Jesus.
It's probably
Starting a fight club in a school gymnasium.
If you can think of it, there's fucking fan fiction of it. I assure you. There's
kind
fan
of-
fiction of you.
That stuff's great.
It's hilarious.
The one
if you've
where-
never found it, find the fan fiction about Brad.
I love the one where Doug breaks into my house, ties me up, steals my food, and leaves.
I love my favorite's the one where you get kidnapped.
Is that the one where I get raped in the park?
You get kidnapped in the park, or dude knocks you
I
out.
shouldn't have gone near the park.
Yeah, dude knocks you out.
Was that the one that was written in like fucking like Swedish or something?
Yeah.
And just at the end, Brad basically gets raped, and he's all happy-go-lucky about it. He's like, oh, well, and then he calls Sarah to get a ride home.
That happened today. Gonna need a lift home. Fucking rapist also stole my car. The one with me and Lewis fucking on a plane. I hate flying. That took my mind off of shit. All right. There's one too with me and Joe fucking in an elevator. That actually happened. We're in Reno.
Fan nonfiction?
Just, a happy occurence.
Yeah, we
Too bad, motherfucker. I already did that one.
We probably shouldn't have done that with the butler standing in the elevator with us.
There was a butler? Where the fuck were you fucking him in an elevator in Reno that there was a butler?
We also ordered a sandwich afterwards. It just happened. We happened to time our elevator ride with the guy delivering our food. Hey man, there's my fries. Thanks.
We got to get back to the room before the guy gets up there. But we're in the same elevator. Just got to do your business and then race him to the door.
Do you mind not taking the food till I come? I mean, just stand here for me. Don't make eye contact.
Absolutely, sir.
If I may be so bold, sir.
Hey, Jeeves, you got a wet nap?
You
I'm done
used to
over
be
here.
the caretaker here, didn't you?
If you pardon my saying so, that Joe is a very willful boy.
A very naughty boy. I don't know what else. Like, I'm kind of with Dave in that, like, if this movie happens to be on TV, fucking light up a joint, sit there, watch it for a little while, have a laugh. I mean, like, I guess if you liked the first one, it's worth checking out. If you've never seen the first one, there's no point, really.
No, there's a point because it's insane.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Like, I stand by that this was not a good movie, but at the same time, I had a fucking blast watching this because it was that absurd and crazy and just downright fucking stupid that I found it incredibly entertaining.
Yeah, I mean,
in the fact that, you know, when you see a car that's flipped on the side of the highway, you slow down to look at it. I'm not saying you should be proud of that, but everybody does it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, if I'm not even gonna say, like, yeah, sure, you know, spend some money to go see it, but if you happen to be in a situation where you're maybe with somebody, you go see this movie, you pay to go see it, I mean, if you catch it on a cheap screening, the parts of it that work, but the rest of it's just kind of insane. Yeah, certainly insane. You're not going to be pissed off at yourself for watching it afterwards. But yeah, get high first. Kids.
Yeah.
That's Brad's suggestions for date night.
Get stoned. Go see this.
Yeah, well, they have to. The Yogi
and then make with the wooing.
Should we talk about the fucking trailers?
Sure. Let's talk about the trailers and how Brian and I are gonna bury you in a shallow grave in a field in the next few months.
So we finally saw a actual full trailer for a very Medea Christmas.
She breaks the fucking fourth wall at the end. Not only was it just horrifying and terrible, she spoke directly at us, and that made me angrier than anything else has ever made me in my
More
entire
so than
fucking
Larry
life.
the Cable Guy in that.
You know what? Compared to everything else in that movie and what I've seen in Tyler Perry movies, he looked downright fucking charming. He's gonna be the only thing in that movie. I'm gonna laugh at him, and I'm gonna hate myself, and then I'm gonna hate you.
I started with him, hate-wise.
Well, it's Medea. I don't know what to say. It's fucking.
Nothing good will come of that.
I don't know what to fucking say about Medea. I don't know why that shit's popular. I don't know what it's the low. You guys said it in the Medea's witness protection review. It's the lowest fucking common denominator of comedy. And just watching that trailer, yeah, they're not breaking with that goddamn tradition.
Oh god, that was.
And I can't even like it. And I know that there's the argument out there, like, oh, it's a cultural thing, it's a black thing.
It's not a cultural thing. It's a stupid people thing.
Like I've asked several people, like, it's like, so you're black, Tyler Perry movie.
Every good conversation starts out with, so, you're black.
Well, no, I mean, I've asked several people I know, like, hey, like, you're black, explain this to me. Tyler Perry's like, oh, fuck, no, I don't watch that shit.
I've been told by several black people that it is actually incredibly offensive to them.
Yeah,
like, incredibly offensive.
You're off scammer.
Yeah, but I'm done. Fuck this.
You're off the case.
At least you don't look like. At least you don't have the Batman cowl like Sarah did in the host video. Oh, and there was Black Nativity.
Which, fuck you, I had no idea that was a musical. I might
wanted
kill
it to
you.
be about Black Jesus.
I would rather it be about Black Jesus.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Because, yeah, no, I could handle a movie about Black Jesus just fine. Just fine. No, it's a fucking musical about reconnecting with family and fuck me, dude. I'm gonna murder you this year.
Every year there needs to be a new joyful noise.
Oh my god.
Honestly, up front, the only real problem I was having with that is the fact that the kid that this is seeming to be centering around. The first couple times I watched this, I wasn't sure if it was a guy or if he was like a 45-year-old lesbian.
Right? Yeah.
I kind of see that too.
Like with the short hair and like he looks like he's wearing lipstick.
Theo Huxtable with a scotch more makeup.
I mean, and I wasn't like I'm not trying to like fuck around about it. I legitimately like at first like I'm like he's so effeminate, like his features. Like I honestly couldn't tell if he was a chick or not at first.
That movie looks like a fucking
like his voice is kind of tuned up, kind of high, and like I just he looks like he's wearing fucking lipstick.
Just fucking Jennifer Hudson fucking squealing like a fucking stuck pig like she does.
Wow. Where the fuck did that come from?
I fucking hate her. I can't explain why. Like, she's had a rough life, and I feel for her in the utmost empathy, but fuck her. I just don't fucking care.
I feel sorry for you, but fuck you.
I said empathy, not sympathy. Like, I feel for you. It's rough life, that's great. But, like, why was half that trailer just her, just noise? There weren't words. She was just fucking making a noise.
I mean, I wasn't paying that much attention to that trailer. I'd seen that trailer before.
I'm just curious to hear what Forrest Whitaker sounds like when he sings.
Whatever.
Did he sing in The Butler?
No.
He didn't sing in Battlefield Earth either. God fucking damn it.
Did he sing in The Butler?
But I believe he sang in Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai.
Oh, Ghost Dog.
Then we got a couple other trailers that just fucking threw me. We're remaking About Last Night? All this, I know it's based on a play, but we're remaking the Rob Lowe Demi Moore movie?
Yeah, I've seen that trailer before too, and that's basically what I thought in my brain was like, oh god.
Oh, this was the first of like 3 trailers for Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only one we didn't get was the Grudge Match trailer with Kevin Hart in it, this might be the first time in months where I saw a movie and didn't get the Grudge Match trailer.
Same here. And then endless...
Fucking About Last Night though, it's essentially like it's the same story as the other one, only in this one it seems like Kevin Hart just pops in to yell at them, so he's the Jim Belushi role. Yeah. If we're gonna remake some Jim Belushi movies, I mean, come on, give us another K-9.
Well, it's I hate
K912.
No, don't remake that one.
I hate to say this, but it seems like every couple of years Hollywood just goes, well, we need another movie for the African American audience. Let's just remake something else and put black people in it instead. It's like what they did a couple of years ago with
the Honeymooners.
The Honeymooners.
No, what was that? Yeah, what was that one?
The one with Chris Rock and all the guys where the dad dies. What was that called?
Death at a Funeral?
Death at a Funeral, which was a hilarious British comedy. And the remake, not so much.
I didn't see the remake.
Yeah, that was one, like, when I saw the thing, I'm like, wait, this doesn't seem right. I don't remember this having Chris Rock in it, but okay.
Yeah. It's just like, and it's not like that movie had come out 20, 30 years beforehand.
It was like the year before?
Yeah.
A year or two, yeah, tops.
It even had some of the same cast in it.
Yeah.
And then fucking Endless Love. We're remaking Brooke Shields movies now? And we're not starting with Brenda Starr? What the fuck? Endless Love... Really?
So look, I was watching your face the entire time that trailer was playing because I'd seen that before. I was like, oh, Brad's gonna get this. And I was just sitting there like...
I was sitting there like the whole fucking time, like I'm watching that, I'm like, this seems vaguely familiar.
Oh, I'm watching
Dave in front of like the fireplace and shit, like, I fucking know this. Why do I know this?
I'm watching it slowly dawn on Brad, and then it says Endless Love, and he's like...
The Brooke Shields movie? I was wondering, but I didn't say anything because I thought I'd be crazy. For the first 30 seconds of that trailer, I was kind of like, well, are we remaking Fear now? And then, like...
yeah, it seems like it.
And then it kind of went on, like, wait, this isn't Fear, this is... What? Wait, this can't be then Endless Love. You gotta be shitting me. Really? The classic Brooke Shields, James Spader movie, Endless Love. Wow. Right on.
Well, you know what?
It can't be worse.
And here's my thing. You know what? Fuck it. Hollywood, if you're going to remake movies, remake some random ass shit.
Go
you know what?
weird. Go deep.
Yeah, no, and that's why I'm okay with that.
I am totally...
Like, I don't need a new RoboCop, but I'll watch a new Endless Love. Fuck it, sure. Why not? I'm in. You pick something fucking way out of left field.
You're exactly right. And Endless Love's a shitty fucking movie. Yeah. So, like, remakes, fine. Remake something that wasn't already perfect the first time around. Yeah. Remake something that was pretty bad. Endless Love's... Granted, with that being said, that movie looks like shit.
Oh, yeah.
The new one. This does not look like, all right, they're fucking doing Endless Love now, and this one looks tops. This one looks like they got it right. Oh, no, it looks like ass. But I
love
would
the fact that it's coming out on Valentine's Day, too.
Yeah. I would rather have them remaking shit like Endless Love than most of the other remakes that we get
it's just remaking shit like that, and, like, you know, even some other shit movies that I do love that are objectively not that good. Yeah, remake that. I don't give a shit. Like, you want to remake Beastmaster? Fucking be my guest. I love Beastmaster. Mm-hmm. But it's not a fucking timeless piece of art. It's fucking Beastmaster.
That's the second one.
Yes. Well,
it references itself. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
How often do you get that?
Yeah, not often at all. No, but I love Beastmaster. Fucking remake it. I don't give a shit. You might make it better. You know?
Yeah.
Not every actor in it will be dubbed. Cool. Bring it on.
Beastmaster is not above a remake. Like, I've got no fucking problem with the fact that they're even rebooting Highlander.
No, because I love that movie too, but in all honesty, it's not that good of a movie.
I think the first one's a fine movie, but I mean, it's not exactly like that is a pitch perfect series of films. I mean, it's not like the fucking
so wildly off kilter with the second movie.
It's not like rebooting that is gonna tarnish the good name of Highlander.
Well, and I fucking love that movie. I do. Like, I love Highlander. I will watch Highlander any day of the week.
Yeah.
But it's such an odd fucking mythology, and
it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It's fucking unwieldy.
Yeah, no, but it's a blast to watch, and it was, you know, probably, like me, part of our youths. Like, that was one of the movies that was just like, fucking Highlander, big ass swords and the Kurgan. I'm in. Mm-hmm. The fucking Kurgan. I met Clancy Brown once and quoted Highlander to him. Admittedly, I was 21 years old and drunk off my ass.
He was actually speaking to Divine Brown.
It was Clancy Brown. I was 21 years old.
Divine Brown. Wow.
Drunk off my ass, and the best part was I was his waiter at the time.
Nice. Did he tip you well?
No. But I had it coming. I didn't deserve a good tip. I really didn't.
Oh man, I loved you in Pet Sematary too. Do you still have the motorcycle from that movie?
I wish I had like busted out like Pathfinder or something instead.
Right. Yeah.
Which I watched that movie 4 times before I realized that was Clancy Brown.
The follies of our youth.
Yes. Fuck it. You know what? Given the chance to do it again, I'd do it again. Same exact way. Fuck it. Who gives a shit?
You only get that moment once.
Exactly.
Did you run into Goldblum one time?
I almost punched Goldblum in the face one time.
That's right. How did that one go? Like,
I was walking down the street and I got shoulder checked and I was in a bad mood and I immediately fucking went up to swing and turned around and it was fucking Goldblum. It's just like, ran away.
And you ran away?
Fuck yeah, it's Goldblum. Have you seen him in Igby Goes Down? He would beat the shit out of me.
No, I don't mean like, oh, dude, you were wrong to run away. It's me like I don't remember that part of the story. So now I'm just picturing, oh shit, it's the Fly running away.
Now on the other hand, Margot Kidder, I'm waiting for my fucking rematch with that bitch.
She yelled at you at a con, right?
Yeah. And I yelled back half-heartedly.
Oh.
Fuck you, Margot Kidder.
You suck, Margot Kidder. Fuck you.
But I can't be. That was her disease and control at the time, I think. So I forgive her.
If you yelled any harder at her and just knock her over.
Yeah.
This fucking big.
Oh man.
Fuck. What's next? No, next week's gonna be a fucking zoo.
Yep.
It's Hunger Games and Delivery Man. There's 10 screenings for Hunger Games. There's 10 screenings. Starting at 8, there's a screening every half hour leading to midnight. And there's one screening for Delivery Man.
Which I didn't realize until like a couple days ago is a remake.
Yeah,
of a movie that was made last year.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Isn't it like a French movie or?
I think so. Yeah. Like I was flipping through like the newly added stuff on Netflix, and there's one. It's called Starbuck, and it just has like this really odd looking man on the cover, and that's it. Just title and weird looking kind of expression on it. I'm like, the hell? And I was looking at the sideline. It's like you know like oh, schlubby guy David Wozniak finds out that he has 500 children. I'm like, what?
I gotta see this. How's he gonna get out of that predicament?
Wait. I think I've seen that movie.
It was the one about the guy with 500 kids.
Yeah, I think
I've seen a lot of movies like that. You gotta narrow it down.
Yeah.
But name one other movie with 500 kids.
Ants.
Yes. What you have to keep in mind is, I drink a lot.
When did you see this? When did you ever like, oh, this is on TV? Or like,
I don't know, but it's sounding really familiar, and it's not
Netflix
from
or some
Delivery Man.
shit.
It's an indie film. I mean, they probably screened it on like IFC or something.
That's a possibility. I don't know. I mean, it's a possibility. I didn't see it, but I'm having that weird recollection moment, which I'm finding really unsettling.
Well, is that all we got for Best Man Holiday and trailers and French films about 500 kids?
I think
and
so.
Margot Kidder.
Fuck that bitch.
We should do a sequel to this review in 14 years.
Oh, we will.
When we're more successful. But have terrible lives and hate each other.
Yes, when I'm trying to write a book. When I'm trying to write a book about Brian. Bye.
Like that in this scenario, I'm Morse Chestnut.
I'm Tay Diggs, motherfucker.